Kalil for joining today. A couple of questions I need to ask you. How is Brazil positioned in terms of its energy production right now?
Well, Brazil is doing a good job. Brazil has, on the electricity side, concerning electricity, 85% of our electricity is generated through renewable sources from hydro generation. When we look to the transportation, we are using almost 30% of ethanol, so again renewable and clean. And concerning the full energy matrix, we have almost 50%, it's 46 if you want to be precise. 46% of our energy is renewable. And we can move forward, maybe for a better position, because we have a potential to double the electricity generation with hydro in Brazil. We already have a potential to do this concerning the environment and so on, but we can. And we also can produce a little bit more of ethanol, and thus reducing and improving our matrix.
You said potential. Why hasn't it been done yet? I mean, you said it was double the possibility.
Oh, it was not done yet because we didn't it's the potential in terms of what can be done concerning future demand. Not for the existing demand, it's already attended, so we don't need to double.
So you're saying
we don't have a lack of energy. What I'm saying, we have the potential to double the energy installation for electricity through hydro. But this is looking for the future.
Then why are you not using hydroelectricity now if you've got the potential to double it?
We use for 85%, almost the full majority. This 15%, I think that's important for you to understand. Why do we have 15% and not 100% hydro? Because we have some thermal generation. Thermal generation technically sometimes is required even if you have a hydro, because hydro energy has direct connection with the weather. So if you have a very dry season, you may have less water, and maybe you may be not able to produce all the energy that you were expected to produce. And in that moment, you will have to have a thermal generation to complement. This is one point. The other point, in the Amazon region, we used to have thermal generation because population are spread out, and we don't have enough concentration, and we don't have distribution lines for the energy that was mainly generated in the south of the country to transfer that energy for the Amazon. So we have some thermal generation there. And also we have one nuclear generator in Rio de Janeiro for a strategic reason, in order to deal with radioactivity, uranium and this material. So this technology we have two nuclear power plants. That's why we have 15%.
So what are the issues that we're dealing with in the push-up to getting a final text finalized?
Here?
In Copenhagen, what are the main issues that we're having to overcome before getting a final text approved by everyone?
Well, as far as I know, I was in the meeting today during lunchtime, and I was talking to our diplomats. We are seeing here that there is something that is not clear yet. In order that there are some forces that want not to go through the Kyoto Protocol and just to have another agreement, a long-term agreement. And most of the nations understand that we have to keep the Kyoto Protocol even better, and we have to have a long-term agreement for after Kyoto Protocol. But they understand the Kyoto Protocol is so important because it's an umbrella that covers a lot of interrelations, a lot of actions among nations, and it is already practiced So it will be a pity if we stop this current. And we feel that developing countries and developing countries and the poor countries, they are not in the same page. And I am personally very concerned from what I've seen. My expectation, my hopes are focused on our head of states that are coming, and probably with a better view and more power in their hands, and also with a vision that we have to do something here. Probably we may overcome and surpass these difficulties. Otherwise, on the level it is, the ministers and diplomacy, I think we are going to have a very bad conclusion in Copenhagen. That's my perception.
So, in the new clean development mechanism reform, what do you see being included in the outcome? Although you may say it's going to be a bad outcome, do you see what are the opportunistic prospects?
I would say if we look to the question in another view, like sustainability, and let's look at business and look into the future, I think that the clean mechanism and RED and these things are going to come and are going to be improved in some ways. You know, and also all countries are trying to have their own agenda. Brazil has its own agenda. Our company, we are one of the 10 biggest groups, among the 10 largest economic group in Brazil. We have our climate agenda. We have just finalized it in November. So a lot of companies, institutions, countries, and so on will fight to improve, and will try to contribute for climate change to reduce emissions and so on. And these mechanisms, I think they are going to be a tool to do that. So I don't think that even if we don't have an agreement in Copenhagen, I think that the mechanisms will still be a possibility, and I don't think that these things will stop. I don't think so. But I would expect, not from today, from, let's say from last week, I would expect that countries could have a common agenda, you see, in terms of a binding agreement and a commitment among all countries, and I'm not sure that we are going to make it.
Great, thank you very much.